Hey YouTube, right here, and for this video I want to go ahead and talk about something that typically guys like. We're talking titties today. Now, before you get excited, it's Emma Watson's titties, so rein back the excitement. There's not a whole lot there to get excited about. But the reason why I am talking about a almost non-existent pair of breasts is because of the pure and simple fact that they have so much hypocrisy attached to them that any semblance of, positivity that can be gleaned from titties, just as a general concept, vanishes. Now, this was done for some reason to try to promote Beauty and the Beast, which is primarily targeted at kids. So that in and of itself is a little bit creepy, and it really brings a lot into questioning since she's into the whole social justice thing. And she is involved with filmmaking. Take that as you will. But, and the thing is for the most part, I don't have a problem with Watson. It's just whenever she starts talking any level of politics, I'm just all like, stick to acting. You are not one of the ones that should go into politics because you are going to fail horribly. But as far as the problem with her sitting there and semi-exposing her tits to the camera to promote a kids-oriented film, yeah, above and beyond what people are thinking here, the hypocrisy actually comes in once you take into consideration the fact that she went after Beyonce for her performances. Now, remember what I said about feminism, social justice, and all of that in a previous video, where I said that when they no longer have a valid target, then they turn on each other and start eating each other. Well, Emma Watson tried to eat Beyonce. That kind of backfired in her face a little bit because that got some of the feminists really pissed off, because there's a certain sect of feminists that thinks that women should be able to walk around naked if they so choose. Not men, but women should be able to do it. And them still be at zero fucking risk for a guy losing his fucking mind and just going at it. But, whatever. Honestly, in a perfect world, I would agree with that. But we have psychos, so maybe don't tempt the bear. But let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Emma Watson does not have anywhere near the sex appeal as Beyonce. Would I touch Beyonce with a 10-foot pole? No. Doesn't mean she ain't pretty. But the thing is, and let me go ahead and qualify that statement with, I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole, because I'm sorry, at that point, once you've been in the business for that long, I'm pretty sure she's very experienced, especially with looking how she looks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point, and no, I'm killing myself with these. I don't need to to have issues in that regard. But so when Watson went ahead and did this, she then sat there and said, I don't know why they're having a problem. For some odd reason, feminists said you can't be a feminist and have tits. Are you fucking kidding me, Emma? Really? No one said that. You are literally trying to use feminist tactics against feminists, and they got pissed off at you for it. That right there should tell you that your tactics are shit. Because they outright called you out on it. They said, no, you can have tits and be a feminist, but you shouldn't be flashing them around. At least the sect that says that, you know, women shouldn't sexually objectify themselves for men. That they shouldn't play into the voyeuristic male gaze. Oh my God. Seriously, the shit writes itself. I don't have to do shit. All I have to do is fire up my phone and record a fucking video. Thank you for doing 3/4 of my work, feminists. That's awesome. For once, you're actually doing more work than a man. Congratulations. I mean, like, legit more work. Like, you are actually working overtime when I'm sitting on my fat ass doing nothing. That is fucking awesome. Thank you for finally doing it at least once. But the funniest part about this is now you've got this rift in the feminist movement where they're sitting there attacking each other. Oh, you know, you've got the, slut walk style feminist and social justice warrior that's sitting there and saying that Emma can go ahead and flash her tits anytime she wants. You know, no one should be able to tell her that she can or can't, which she is an adult. Go for it, as long as you're not doing it in front of kids. Oops. So, anywho, moving on. But yeah, just as long as you're not doing it in front of kids, fine, you know? If you want to walk around in a clear plastic outfit, I won't fucking care. Like with her, she's not going to get much of a stare from me. She's going to get a double take because, I mean, come on, it's tits. You have to look at least twice. One for each tit. But the thing is she ain't going to be getting stares, at least not from me. She might be getting stares from little beta cucks that, you know, anytime they see tits, you know, they have to sit there and go home and flog themselves after they flog themselves to it. You know, because they're all like, I'm such a bad person for staring. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I'm such a worthless piece of shit. Oh my God, I should turn myself in for eye rape. Fuck. Dude. But then you've got the other type of feminist that is the whole anti-voyeuristic male gaze thing. You know, like anti-porn, anti-prostitution, anti-all this shit. Going off saying that she's not a real feminist, she's not this. Trust me, she's a real feminist. She fucking pissed men off with that he for she thing, and only a feminist can come up with something like he for she. And try to pull off the fucking double speak that she was fucking pulling. Only a feminist. Or any ideologue that is on the extremes end of the spectrum. It doesn't matter which end. You got the far righters that can do that, and you got the far left that can do it. Fuck it. You know what? I'm not saying that only feminists do this shit. Basically, the entire social justice spectrum and the entire fucking actual real Nazi spectrum does this shit. But you notice the people in the middle are looking at this shit going, really? You're not convincing me. I mean, hell, with the he for she thing, it was fucking amazing. To be perfectly honest, Emma Watson's balls are so much bigger than her tits. I mean, that's not hard, but, I mean, for a woman having balls that fucking big, huh, without her being trans, damn. Because she actually had the audacity to go up there and say, yeah, men have problems too. Men suffer from more of this. You know, she brought up some MRA points. And I was like, okay, cool. At least she brought that up. But then when you went ahead and went to the he for she thing, the first pledge was for you to pledge to intervene in violence. I believe they also separated out sexual violence. And, violence, abuse, and discrimination against women and girls. They specifically mentioned that. And then all of a sudden they changed it afterwards once people were all like, dude, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, the name is he for she, but you're sitting there acting like this is some universal movement with your speech. No, it's not. It's just fucking feminism trying to disguise itself. And so then they ended up changing it afterwards. Well, guess what? The internet doesn't fucking forget. Now, I'm so done with, you know, these celebrities trying to outsmart everyone. You didn't get to where you are by being smart, more than likely. You usually get there because of your acting ability, which, yeah, means that you can fool people into believing that you are something that you are not. All right? Makes me kind of wonder, you know, why Emma Watson was bitching and complaining because she, she got paid less than her male counterparts for the Harry Potter movies, even though she had fewer lines, less screen time, less physically demanding parts, you know, that sort of thing. But she bitched and complained that she was getting paid less. And then, she can't even sell herself as being egalitarian for more than 2 minutes. And she wonders why she gets paid less. Just saying. It's not the patriarchy. Maybe it's your lack of fucking acting talent. Couldn't tell. I'm not a huge fan of her. Honestly, like in Harry Potter, I'm all like, please say Hermione dies. Please say she dies in the first movie. Please, please, because I hadn't read the books. I was hoping beyond all hope. Nope, we were stuck with her clear to the fucking end. Damn it. But, whatever. We wouldn't have this fun little shit show to watch if we hadn't had her the entire time. But, also at the same time, we wouldn't have had so many people get duped. Because there were some people that, you know, legitimately believed what she was saying until they started listening to interviews with her about it and seeing what her actual views are and her failing to back up her claims. You know, being found out to kind of be lying on some things. Which, I mean, everyone lies, so let's be honest here. But it's all like, you can't sit there and lie about something like that and expect people to not figure it out. Just saying, if you're going to lie about something, lie about brushing your teeth. You know, lie about taking a shower. Don't lie about, you know, what an organization is about or a movement is about. Especially when there's proof positive right there in the login page showing that you lied. Just saying. You know, a lot of people try to say that women are the better liars. And you know what? I believe it because, you know, there is that scientific evidence of it. You know, they're much more in tune with their facial features. They're much more in tune with their body. And so they're able to hide that shit and mask it much, much easier than men who have pretty clear-cut tells. But the problem is I think Emma Watson missed out on that. I really do. To her detriment. But also now she's got feminists from both sides fucking swirling around her in combat, and she can't get out. Even if she wanted to, which she doesn't. Something tells me she's trying to thrive off of this. It's all like, controversy does not necessarily make a movie more popular. Take a look at Ghostbusters. Didn't even make its money back. Just saying. Or should I say, it didn't make enough to warrant a sequel like they said there was going to be. Sony said that there was going to be a sequel to the new Ghostbusters reboot. Regardless, I haven't heard hide nor hair of that lately. So, just saying, maybe stop relying on controversy, because people are starting to get kind of tired of it. Like right now, I'm talking about this because it's somewhat funny. Just because of how ridiculous it is. You know? The fact that it even got to this point is ridiculous to me. I mean, it takes a certain special kind of stupid to get to this point. And we seem to be getting to this point more and more and more often. And I just have to ask why. Why are we getting to this point? It's all like, look, these celebrities are not experts on everything. They are experts on acting. They are very rarely ever able to claim to be an expert on anything political, on anything scientific. Now, maybe if they have a degree in that regard, by all means, they're an expert in it. To a degree. At least they're educated in it. But being educated in something doesn't make you an expert. Like, I could go down and, for my, I could go down to, college and, get a degree in teaching. Does that make me an expert in teaching? No, it does not. Experience makes you an expert. School makes you educated. There is a difference between the two. I could go down to my local community college and get a degree in programming. Does that make me an expert programmer? No, it does not. And that motherfucker's car needs to blow up. But the thing is we need to stop hanging on every word of these actors. Now, when they say something stupid, by all means, call them out, point and laugh, ha ha ha, you're a dumbass, then move on. But don't sit there and say, oh, this actor, said this, so it has to be true. Actors constantly say shit that isn't true. It's their job. Like politicians, like lawyers. That is the situation that we find ourselves in. You are believing paid liars, thinking that they are trustworthy. Stop it. Just stop. And the fact is the UN is even duped into this shit. Which makes me feel really bad for the entire world. Not just our country, not just Canada, not just, the UK, not just the entirety of the EU. No, I am talking about the world. The United Nations was hanging on that fucking speech. They bought it hook, line, and sinker. These people are supposed to be extremely intelligent as far as how the world is comprised. And yet, they bought that shit. With the worst sales pitch that I have ever fucking heard. I have heard better sales pitches in the movie Liar Liar. Like the case he ended up winning in the movie. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it since it's been released. Been released for so fucking long, so anyone who says spoilers, fuck you. But, yeah. No, absolutely fucking ridiculous. This is beyond that level. Although that is a pretty accurate representation of our legal system. I honestly like that satirical look at our legal system that Liar Liar gave. But, I guess that's a video for another fucking day. Who knows, maybe I'll actually go ahead and put a little more effort into that, and I'll actually splice shit in, and then go ahead and throw up a few articles up onto the screen right afterwards, showing, yeah, this really happened. This isn't just in the movies. Yeah, this really happens. This isn't just in the movies. So on and so forth. But, I mean, anyone who wants to give Watson shit for what she pulled, as far as attacking Beyonce for dressing too sexily and then showing up in a fucking magazine with her tits hanging out of the bottom of a, like, crackhead-made sweater, then by all means. But don't sit there and say, oh, this is such a betrayal. It's not a fucking betrayal. She is paid to lie to you. Remember that foremost. Above and beyond anything else that you could possibly remember. Dedicate that to memory. These actors are paid to lie to you on a daily motherfucking basis. Stop trusting people that make a career out of fooling you. Use your brains.